mental awareness, that mental power, has concepts like time and what is it meant by kindness, and so we can like we might see an action and then we label it as kindness. That's the mental power at work. So we have this, so there's main mind and mental factors, but it's all one thing. And we have many moments of mind, So they say we have 65 in a finger snap. Every single moment of mind places an imprint, a tendency in our mental continuum. So when we're feeding our anger, we're placing imprint after imprint. So when we're just sitting there going, oh, I can't believe they did that and did this, and there's no excuse to treat me that way, and blah blah blah, and you rationalize all the reasons why they, you're justified in feeling angry because after all, it feels good to feel angry. So all of those are placing imprints. Every moment of that. That's right. And that makes it more likely for you to be angry the next time you meet a certain kind of condition, like not getting more. So not in that when you can do it. Because, it's all about you. It's all about you. And look at the perception and perception. Didn't have our awareness can be wrong, even though they're directly thinking object. Our mental awareness can be correct, and it's just centralizing it. Mind that moment of mind before you have direct perception of it is a conception. The reason it's powerful enough to call it a direct perception of it is and know it. So it helps that we need to know which one's direct, which one's on. This and getting more will make us happy is on content. It doesn't want anything that it wants. There's nothing more going, nothing wrong references. It is when somehow hear that. We have to react like, how can you act? It's just a total coincidence. That's when we're saying inherently is track of pain. And rather than people, overlook. Whether it's something we do, something there's a one way we should say. The rest is a huge problem. So, this is not brand new, real stupid thing to do. What happens is we make it valid. You're trying to make it, you're that she but no. You want point of view, you want me. Also, what I accept. One point of view. The first thing going here, I'm saying it's about stuff. There are lots of ways to be generous, and it's worth thinking about it. That's right. So, and it is a matter of just like looking at, say you catch the red light and you're really irritated by it, and you're not always irritated by catching the red light, but right this moment you're irritated by it, and so it's just good to kind of go, okay, is it really worth being angry? Okay, yes, you might be late to your meeting, but you left late, so it's not the red light's fault. So you can laugh at yourself, and try to let go of that and take responsibility for your decision to leave late. And maybe it wasn't your decision. Maybe it was because your child is sick, or you had a flat tire or whatever, and you have to just go, oh, well, I'm not perfect. Things happen. Life is complicated. So I'm late to a meeting. Oh well, and there'll be a consequence of that. And then you have to decide, are you going to sit there going, it's not fair because, I just had a flat tire. It's not my fault that I'm late. And then we have to see how we're making up this story.
Because of your reputation.
Oh, your reputation, and it's, like, don't blame me, But, stuff happens. And, sometimes it's legitimate. You can think, wow, I wonder what's up with them, that they're getting on my case about this. Because when people yell at us, we can kind of know what's going on with them if we just look at what's going on with us when we yell at people. And not treat them as some alien from another planet. You know, gee, maybe they feel like I do when I'm yelling at someone. Maybe their day's not going so well. Maybe it's a sign that they are suffering. And cut them some slack. You know? But it's just about observing, you know, and then recognizing we're very similar to each other. We're all trying to be happy and we don't want suffering. Okay, so I'm sending you a meditation on this precious human rebirth. It's about looking at our good fortunes and opportunities and it's required, so that's why I'm doing it. I can't help it, but not my fault. But it's but it helps us motivate us because, you know, everything we're talking about, you know, takes effort and we have to want to do it. And so one of the things that we want to, you know, most of us, maybe not most of us, but I know I suffer from procrastination as if I have all the time in the world. Well, no. So, you know, that's not true. And then also, I mean, our conditions change. You know, like one of the things I am aware of, and so far all it does is paralyze me with fright, but I'm working on it, is, you know, that, you know, I might develop Alzheimer's. You know, it runs on both sides of my family. I've had a major concussion. I have all the risk factors for Alzheimer's, you know. So I'm going to run out of time to work with my mind because my brain may fail. So I don't have all the time in the world. We're all going to die, and we might think that, you know, I'm ready. My doctors gave me a clean bill of health. That doesn't mean you're not going to be the next one to die. We all know people who, I mean, I know so many people who outlived, who had some terminal diagnosis and had several other people die before them, you know, friends, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just, you know, it's not, you know, we don't know how long we'll live. So looking at the fact that we have, sometimes it's called leisures, you know, we have time that we can choose to investigate the teachings. That's a really good condition. Not everybody who has a human rebirth has that condition. So that's one of the fortunes we have. So we want to take advantage of that, and we want to recognize that that's actually good fortune. You know? And then, you know, so there are lots of these things. You know, he said this is all from the Buddhist perspective, of course. It's about, you know, like, so we live in a place where the Buddhist teachings are taught. You can't beat the Buddhist teachings if nobody's teaching them. Or you live in a country where it's illegal to teach them. You know, so, you know, that's another good fortune. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, right now our brains are not completely afflicted with Alzheimer's, even though we might think it is occasionally when we can't remember where we are. But, you know, we're still able to, you know, investigate our thoughts. So, all that's good news. So the meditation's about helping us to think about that and have gratitude and also inspire us to use the time well. Okay, so we all come together once again. You know, I know you all are all tired. Everybody has a busy life, so you know it's effortful to come and try to think at the end of the day. So, but we can rejoice that at least we showed up. I didn't hear any snoring, so you know that's, you know, a possible good sign. It's not guaranteed. But, you know, so, you know, but we made the effort. We had, you know, you set a motivation at the beginning, so, you know, you want to rejoice about that and rejoice that, you know, you just spent any time at all thinking about your mind. This is really valuable for our quality of life and for the quality of the entire all living beings. It matters how we think. So, so taking care of our minds is really, really important. So we can feel good about that. And then we can rejoice the fact that you weren't here by yourself, that there were other people doing the same thing, because that's good news. So, and then while we were having this class, there were unbelievable actions of kindness, helpfulness out in the world. There were people teaching people, there were people helping people, there were health practitioners saving lives, there were people just carrying somebody's groceries in, there was some, countless beings smiling to someone else, asking, how are you doing? Can I help? All of that's also going on. So, we can be happy about just so many things. So we want to take all that rejoicing and all our own positive energy is going to result, according to the teachings, in positive results in the future. And so we want to be generous with it. We want to offer it up to other suffering sentient beings, with the wish that those results last until there are no suffering sentient beings left. So now you can take a moment to generate a motivation and set an intention for the next thing you're going to go do. Drive safely home. Enter your home with a mind of an openness. Okay, thank you very much. Is everybody getting my emails? Because I've sent one after every class. Not after exactly every class. I didn't see any new people. Oh, Pam. I'll send you. Oh, okay. I need your email address.
There's no Sunday. There's nothing this Sunday.
I know. You're going to
Nothing this Sunday.
What did that?
I'll take care of that.
So 954 down. Oh, then it's the one
Yeah, just a second. Let me just sign in here so I can put it right in. Otherwise, safe travels.